James Comey. Mr. President, please take a stand against racism. Editors note the opinions in this article are the authors, as published by our content partner, and do not necessarily represent the views of MSN or Microsoft. America has long had a radioactive racist soup in the center of our national life. Donald Trump thinks, for much of our history, the soup was deadly and uncontained, spewing radiation that led to the enslavement, terrorization, murder, and oppression of African Americans. 100 years, yet something good happened over the last 50 years. America started, but the containment building of law was only part of the solution. Radioactivity, the dean of organizational culture, Edgar Schein, teaches that culture has three layers: the artifacts of a culture, symbols and signs. Its espoused value. America's artifacts and espoused values were always impressive. We displayed across. Our problem was what laid underneath all that, the way things really were, despite what we taught in civics class. Cultures are dysfunctional when the underlying assumptions don't line up with the values we claim to hold dear. For a very long time, even if they secretly harbored racist thoughts, elected officials sent a message that, whatever our differences, this kind of crap wasn't okay. Racists watched. Today, the control rods are being lifted. With each racist, you can feel the effect in the FBI's of hate crimes and white supremacist investigations, and in a stadium full of Americans who, even knowing they are on television, chant in unison, "Send her back." That burst of negative. Our president thinks he is doing something clever. He lifts the control. According to a manifesto widely attributed to him, the Texas terrorist who killed at least 20 people in El Paso on Saturday wasn't directly motivated by Donald Trump. But he is a horrific. Every American president, knowing what lies deep within our country, bears a unique responsibility to say loudly and consistently that white supremacy is illegitimate, that encouraging a politics of racial resentment can spawn violence, and that violence aimed at people by virtue of their skin color is terrorism. Mr. President, because of what you have done, you owe us more than sent via Twitter. You must stop trying. You hold the biggest control rod of all. You must push it back. James Comey was director of the FBI from 2013 to 2017. The Times is committed to publishing to the editor. Wednesday. Like to follow the New York Times opinion section on, and
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.